Hi, all remote learners. So today we are going to listen to our StemScopedia book. In our StemScopedia book, we are going to follow along on page 59 through 61. Again, that's 59 through 61. We're going to hear the audio from our textbook based off of this. So we are going to get set up and then we will get started.
Think of the last time it rained in your city. When the rain stopped, you probably saw puddles on the ground. After a few hours, though, the ground was dry again. Where did all that rainwater go? Water on Earth does not always stay in the same place. As it rains, some water flows into rivers and lakes. Some water soaks into the ground. Some water sits in puddles and then goes back into the air. In fact, the water you saw as rain today may one day end up in a faraway ocean. How does water move from place to place? What is the source of energy that keeps water moving? What is the water cycle? As water moves on Earth, it changes form. Water may change to be a solid, liquid, or gas. For example, the snow on mountain peaks melts each spring. Moisture in the air may change to a liquid and fall as raindrops. These changes are part of the water cycle. The water cycle is a series of changes that water goes through as it moves up in the air and back down to Earth's surface. A cycle is a set of steps that happen over and over again. So, the steps in the water cycle repeat without stopping. This photo of the comet Lovejoy was taken from the International Space Station Discover Science. Where did Earth's water come from? Even though water is always moving, it rarely enters or leaves our planet. In fact, the water on Earth today is the same water that the dinosaurs drank. But where did this water first come from? Many scientists think that some of Earth's water came from comets. Comets are objects made of dust and ice that move through space. A certain substance found in comets is also found in Earth's oceans. This is why scientists think that comets may have brought some water to Earth. Other scientists think that meteorites and asteroids were the source of water on our planet. Meteorites and asteroids are other types of space objects that sometimes collide with Earth. Many scientists also think that some of Earth's water came from the molten rock inside Earth. This hot rock then released water as a gas into Earth's atmosphere. Most scientists agree that water on Earth first existed as a gas. Then, when Earth went through a cooling phase, the gas changed to a liquid. The liquid water fell as rain. Then the rain gathered in the lowest parts of Earth's surface, forming oceans. Over time, both liquid water and ice continued to flow over Earth's surface. This water formed glaciers in places that were cold enough. The water also formed rivers that cut into the land and shaped it. Moving water continues to change Earth's landscape today. Look out! The amount of water on Earth stays pretty much the same. So what do people worry about protecting our water supply? This is because more than 97% of water on Earth is salt water. Humans need fresh water to survive. Another problem is that most fresh water is frozen as glaciers and ice caps. Therefore, humans have a small supply of fresh water. Polluting that water makes our supply even smaller. The Alleged Glacier, shown above, is the largest glacier in Europe. It stretches more than 45 miles. How does water move through the water cycle around Earth? Water is found in many places on Earth. Some of the easiest places to see water are oceans, rivers, and lakes. Many rivers and lakes contain fresh water. They help to supply us with water to drink. However, rivers and lakes contain a very small portion of Earth's water. Most of Earth's water is found in oceans, seas, and bays. After oceans, glaciers and ice caps make up the next largest water source. Glaciers are found in places that are cold enough to have ice all year long, such as high up in the mountains. Ice caps are found near Earth's poles. Fog is a collection of water droplets very close to Earth's surface. Fog often makes it hard to see. Not all water is easy to see, though. Some of Earth's water is found in the air as a gas. Have you ever stepped outside in the summer and felt muggy or sticky? That's because there is a lot of water in the air, but it's in the form of a gas. This gas is called water vapor. The amount of water vapor in the air is called humidity. That's the sticky feeling you might have experienced outside. Water vapor can come from the liquid water in oceans, lakes, and rivers. This change in water from a liquid to a gas is called evaporation. The same thing happens to puddles after a rainstorm. Evaporation is one step in the water cycle. Another step in the water cycle is called condensation. Condensation happens when water vapor cools and changes into liquid water. Water vapor condenses on dust particles in the air. These small droplets of water form clouds and fog. Sometimes the water droplets in clouds get bigger. They become too heavy and they fall to the ground as rain. Depending on weather conditions, the water droplets may also fall as snow, sleet, or hail. Rain, snow, sleet, and hail are all forms of precipitation. Precipitation is an important part of the water cycle. It lets water from the air fill the oceans and lakes on Earth's surface. Rain helps refill lakes and rivers too. These rivers flow to the oceans. Not all precipitation goes straight to the ocean, though. Some precipitation seeps into the ground. This water is called groundwater. Groundwater flows through the spaces and rocks underground. It eventually flows into rivers, lakes, and oceans. Once it reaches these bodies of water, it continues the water cycle through evaporation. What is the major source of energy that moves water through the water cycle? Water cannot move through the water cycle on its own. It needs energy to do so. The main source of energy for the water cycle is the sun. The sun's heat powers the water cycle in different ways. But how does this work? Just as the wind moves the sailboat, it carries water vapor from place to place. In this way, wind is part of the water cycle. First, heat causes water to change form. As the sun warms oceans and lakes, the liquid water becomes water vapor. Second, the sun heats the air, which causes the air to move. This moving air is called wind. Wind moves water vapor to another place. If the water vapor hits cooler air, it will condense and form clouds. In addition, the sun's heat affects air temperature. In turn, air temperature affects what type of precipitation falls. If the air is warm, rain will fall. If the air is cold enough, sleet or snow will fall.
So we're going to go ahead and look at page 63, and that's what we're going to be having questions over for your team's forms document. So let's go ahead and scroll down to what it is. Right here is going to be on page 63, and you will be able to use your book to go back and, you can either listen to the audio again or use your textbook to go back to it. I will have the attached document for your textbook so that you have it just in case you need it in your teams. So again, this is on page 63. It will have in the forms document, it will have a red circle of what you're going to need to answer. You're going to fill in that red circle box that you have with that question that is asking it for. It will have a picture, and again, it will have a red circle around either of the boxes that we have. We have 7 of them, so you have 7 questions you need to do. I hope you'll all have a great day. I will see you later, guys. Bye.